Last time Fort Mill beat York, they won 9 games. These two teams play on Friday. Big game in our area. I'm Bret McCormick. This is Jimmy Wallace, of course. We're going to talk about Fort Mill and York. Big game down in Georgia. You know, South Point's going down there to play Buford. But I'll have a lot of other coverage about that elsewhere at heraldonline.com. We wanted to talk about a game a little bit closer to home. We'll start with York. You saw them last week against Nation Ford. This is the team that you usually cover on the radio. What do people need to know about York headed into this Fort Mill game?
Well, we've seen York versus Rock Hill. We've seen York play 3 times against Union County, and we saw them play against NAFO, which all 3 games were great football games. And I think this York football team's getting better. I mean, you got some kids on defense, Todger Reed Stanley, Sept Woods, JT Sanders, Shamari Williams, Brian, all 11 of them are playing well, and Coach Carroll's playing a ton of kids. And, of course, the thing about it is he's coaching the defense. Yeah. And I think that makes a tremendous difference. I think they're maybe 2 plays, one or 2 plays away from being undefeated, and offensively they're getting better. Joe Wade and Stephen Oglesby are running the ball well, and Ladarius Allison is coming along, and I think there's some good days ahead for this team. Now, on the other end of that, Fort Mill's 3-1, and Coach Susie said when the season started, this is a great group of young men. They've done everything he's asked them to do. They returned 5 defensive linemen on defense. They've really had blowouts lately against West Florence and against Orangeburg Wilkinson and against, well, Lancaster. I'm not going to say Lancaster was a blowout. It was a close game. But
it was at one point, though.
You got a really good Fort Mill football team coming into York. I think it's going to be one of the best games around here Friday. So we'll see. Yeah,
Fort Mill only had 7 points in the opener against Spring Valley, but Spring Valley has dominated teams the last couple of weeks. I think that one is going to say more about them. They're ranked in the top 10 in the state. Since that game, Fort Mill scored 34, 38, and 31. So they really got it moving. JT Marr, their quarterback, first-year starter, he's throwing 5 touchdowns and no picks. And Susie said he's coachable, takes criticism, and he's got a thick skin. One key we think for York is, they're getting a lot of turnovers on defense. They're forced 7 turnovers so far this year. Need to convert those into points. So you've seen them a couple times get stuffed on the goal line.
Yeah, good point. Against Union County, York was up 13-0, and JT Sanders had a pick that went down to the 5-yard line, and whatever happened. And then the next week, last week against NAFO, it was 13-0, 14-0, and JT Sanders had a pick and took it down inside the 10-yard line, and it just seems like penalties or whatever happens, you just got to close the deal. Now, one thing they did is they put Ladarius Allison at quarterback in a Wildcat down on the goal line. And he can throw it, he can run it, and that makes a huge difference. But I really think you got 2 good football teams that are going to play. Fort Mill at York. We hope we have a great crowd. We ought to have about 7,000 or 8,000 people there to watch this game.
Yeah, if you can't go to Georgia, you need to go to York. So hope to see you guys out there.